Most people go on vacation to relax, explore new cultures, and create positive memories in beautiful foreign destinations. But these tourists had epic meltdowns abroad that were so insane they ended up in handcuffs facing criminal charges in foreign countries. 1. An American tourist was arrested in Thailand after destroying a 7-Eleven during a meltdown over ice cream flavors. He'd been drinking all day at a beach bar before the incident. The store didn't have the specific ice cream flavor he wanted. His response was to start throwing products off shelves violently. He knocked over entire refrigerator displays, causing thousands in damage. He started screaming about American customer service being superior. He threw ice cream containers at the walls and ceiling. Thai police arrived and he tried to fight them too. He claimed diplomatic immunity despite being a regular tourist. His total damage exceeded $15,000 to the store. Thai authorities charged him with destruction of property. He spent 2 weeks in a Thai jail before his embassy intervened. The court ordered him to pay full restitution plus fines. His employer back home fired him after seeing the viral video. He was banned from returning to Thailand for 10 years. His ice cream tantrum became an international example of ugly tourist behavior. 2. A British woman was arrested in Spain after attacking hotel staff over breakfast buffet timing. She arrived at the buffet 5 minutes after it closed at 10:30 a.m. Staff politely explained breakfast service had ended. She demanded they reopen the buffet specifically for her. When they refused, she started screaming and throwing plates. She grabbed food from the kitchen and threw it at employees. She bit a security guard's arm during the struggle. Police were called and she fought them too upon arrival. Officers had to physically restrain her to get handcuffs on. Spanish authorities charged her with assault and property damage. She spent 3 days in jail before posting bail. The hotel banned her and pressed charges. Her travel insurance refused to cover any legal cost. The breakfast meltdown cost her over $5,000 in fines. Video of her arrest was shared millions of times online. 3. A Canadian tourist was arrested in Japan after climbing on a sacred temple statue for a selfie. The temple was a UNESCO World Heritage Site with clear no climbing signs. Security footage showed him scaling the 300-year-old statue. He posed for photos while standing on the statue's head. His weight caused visible damage to the ancient statue's surface. Temple monks approached him, asking him to come down. He laughed and took more photos instead of complying. Japanese police arrested him for destruction of cultural property. The statue required expensive restoration work. He showed no remorse and complained about Japanese rules. The judge ordered him to pay $800,000 in restoration costs. He was deported and banned from Japan for life. His selfie stunt became international news. 4. An Australian man was arrested in Indonesia after a drunken motorcycle rampage through sacred grounds. He drove the motorcycle through temple grounds during a religious ceremony. Worshippers scattered as he accelerated through the sacred space. He knocked over ceremonial offerings and religious items. He was laughing and filming himself while driving. He crashed into a ceremonial gate, causing significant damage. Indonesian police arrested him at the crash scene. Local community members demanded serious punishment. Authorities charged him with desecration of religious sites. He faced up to 5 years in Indonesian prison. He spent 2 months in jail awaiting trial. The court sentenced him to 6 months plus heavy fines. His drunken rampage cost him over $30,000. 5. A German tourist was arrested in Egypt after defacing ancient pyramids with graffiti. She carved her initials into stones at the Giza Pyramid complex. Security cameras caught her using a sharp tool. Her vandalism damaged 4,500-year-old historical monuments. She was caught with the carving tool still in her hand. She claimed she didn't know it was illegal to write on pyramids. The damage would cost thousands to repair properly. She was charged with vandalism of antiquities. She spent 3 weeks in an Egyptian jail. The court fined her $5,000 and gave her a suspended prison sentence. She was deported and banned from Egypt permanently. The graffiti incident sparked outrage across Egypt. 6. An American couple was arrested in Italy after skinny dipping in the Trevi Fountain. They stripped naked and jumped into the historic fountain at 2 a.m. Dozens of tourists witnessed and recorded their nude swim. They were drunk and laughing while splashing around naked. Italian police arrived within minutes. They refused to exit the fountain when ordered. Officers had to physically remove them from the water. Roman authorities charged them with public indecency. Videos of their naked fountain swim went viral online. Italian courts fined them $1,200 each plus legal costs. They were banned from Rome's historic center permanently. Both lost their jobs after employers saw the viral videos. Their drunken swim cost them over $10,000 total. 7. A Chinese tourist was arrested in France after slapping a waiter over food temperature complaints. He ordered steak at a Parisian restaurant and complained it was cold. When the waiter refused to reheat it, he stood up and slapped him. He started throwing plates and glasses around the dining room. He overturned his table and damaged neighboring tables. French police arrested him for assault. Restaurant security footage clearly showed he initiated all violence. French authorities charged him with assault and property destruction. The court ordered him to pay $3,000 in damages and fines. He received a 6-month suspended sentence. His food temperature meltdown cost him over $8,000 total. 8. A Brazilian tourist was arrested in Greece after vandalizing ancient columns for Instagram photos. She used a marker to write her Instagram handle on marble columns at Delphi. She posted photos of her vandalism to social media immediately. Her Instagram followers alerted Greek authorities to the crime. She had vandalized 3 separate ancient columns with permanent marker. Greek cultural ministry officials were outraged. She was charged with destruction of antiquities. The Instagram evidence made prosecution straightforward. Greek authorities explained she damaged irreplaceable historical monuments. She spent 5 days in Greek jail before trial. The court fined her $5,000 and gave her a suspended sentence. She was deported and banned from Greece for 10 years. Her Instagram stunt cost her thousands. 9. An Irish tourist was arrested in Dubai after public drunkenness and indecency on a beach. He was extremely intoxicated at a public beach in conservative Dubai. He started removing his clothes and urinating in public. Shocked families with children witnessed his behavior. He then attempted to swim naked in the ocean. Beach security approached him, but he became combative. Dubai police arrested him for multiple violations. UAE authorities don't tolerate public intoxication or indecency. The court sentenced him to 1 month in prison plus deportation. He served his full sentence in harsh Dubai jail conditions. After release, he was immediately deported and banned for life. His beach meltdown cost him over $15,000 in legal fees. 10. A Swedish woman was arrested in Morocco after attacking a merchant during haggling negotiations. She was shopping in a traditional Marrakesh market. When the merchant wouldn't accept her low offer, she grabbed items and threw them. She knocked over displays and damaged several carpets. She screamed that Moroccan merchants were all thieves. Market security detained her until police arrived. Moroccan authorities charged her with assault and vandalism. She claimed she was the victim of tourist exploitation. Security footage showed she initiated all violence. The court ordered her to pay for all damaged goods. Her haggling meltdown cost her over $3,000 in total. 11. A Russian tourist was arrested in Turkey after destroying a hotel room over Wi-Fi complaints. The hotel's Wi-Fi was running slowly during peak evening hours. He became enraged and started smashing furniture in his room. He threw the television through the window onto the street below. Hotel staff found the room completely trashed. He had caused over $8,000 in damages to the room. Turkish police arrested him for destruction of property. The thrown television had nearly hit pedestrians below. The court ordered him to pay full restitution plus fines. His Wi-Fi rage cost him over $12,000 total. He was banned from the hotel chain across Turkey. 12. An American woman was arrested in Cambodia after yelling at and shoving Buddhist monks. She walked into a restricted ceremonial area at Angkor Wat. Monks politely asked her to leave the sacred space. She refused and started taking selfies without permission. When they tried to guide her out, she shoved a monk. She screamed that she paid admission and could go anywhere. Cambodian authorities take crimes against monks very seriously. She was charged with assault on religious clergy and trespassing. She spent 10 days in Cambodian jail. The court fined her $2,000 and gave her a deportation order. She was banned from Cambodia for 5 years. 13. A Dutch tourist was arrested in Portugal after urinating on a historic statue in Lisbon. He was extremely drunk after a night of bar hopping. He urinated on a statue of a Portuguese national hero. Locals who witnessed this were furious and confronted him. Portuguese police were called by outraged witnesses. He tried to run when police arrived but was quickly caught. He was charged with public indecency and desecration of monuments. The court fined him $2,500 for his drunken vandalism. He was banned from Portugal for 3 years. The statue required professional cleaning after his actions. 14. A Korean tourist was arrested in New Zealand after feeding wildlife despite warnings. He was visiting a protected bird sanctuary with strict rules. Rangers had verbally warned him twice to stop feeding them. He continued throwing bread to birds, ignoring all warnings. Rangers arrested him for violating wildlife protection laws. New Zealand takes conservation laws extremely seriously. The court fined him $500 for the violations. He was banned from all New Zealand conservation areas. His bird feeding seemed innocent to him but broke laws. 15. A Polish tourist was arrested in Mexico after climbing Mayan ruins despite barriers. He was visiting Chichen Itza archaeological site. He climbed over barriers and scaled the pyramid anyway. Mexican guards shouted at him to come down immediately. He ignored them and reached the top for photos. Mexican police were waiting when he finally descended. His climbing had potentially damaged 1,000-year-old stones. Mexican authorities charged him with cultural heritage crimes. The court fined him $5,000 and deported him. He was banned from Mexico for 10 years. 16. A French tourist was arrested in India after slapping a taxi driver over fare disputes. The taxi driver charged him what he claimed was too much money. When the driver insisted on the fare, he slapped him. Indian police arrested him for assault. Indian authorities don't tolerate violence over business disputes. He was charged with assault and spent 3 days in jail. The taxi fare he disputed was equivalent to about $8. The court fined him $115,000 plus ordered compensation. His assault over the small amount seemed especially absurd. 17. A Singaporean tourist was arrested in Vietnam after drone flying over military installations. He was flying his camera drone to capture scenic footage. He flew it over areas marked as military restricted zones. Vietnamese military detected the unauthorized drone immediately. Vietnamese police arrested him for espionage concerns. Vietnam has strict laws about photography near military areas. He was charged with unauthorized surveillance of military installations. He spent 2 weeks in Vietnamese custody. The court fined him $3,000 and confiscated his drone. He was deported and banned from Vietnam for 5 years. 18. An Argentine tourist was arrested in Peru after carving initials into Machu Picchu walls. She used a sharp stone to carve her initials into ancient Incan walls. Security guards caught her in the act of defacing the ruins. Machu Picchu is one of the world's most important archaeological sites. Peruvian officials said she'd damaged irreplaceable 500-year-old structures. She was charged with damaging national cultural patrimony. She spent 10 days in Peruvian jail before trial. The court fined her $6,000 and gave her a suspended sentence. She was deported and banned from Peru permanently. 19. A Malaysian tourist was arrested in South Korea after refusing to pay for restaurant meals repeatedly. He ate at multiple restaurants claiming the food was bad to avoid paying. Restaurant owners compared notes and realized it was a pattern. He'd eaten at 5 restaurants without paying over 3 days. Korean police caught him attempting the same trick at a 6th restaurant. Korean authorities charged him with fraud and theft. The court ordered him to pay all outstanding bills plus fines. His meal scam cost him over $2,000 in legal fees. 20. A British man was arrested in Jamaica after attacking staff at an all-inclusive resort. He demanded more alcohol, but staff said he'd had enough. He became violent when bartenders refused to serve him. He threw bottles and glasses at resort employees. He injured 2 security guards during the altercation. Jamaican police were called to the resort property. He was charged with multiple counts of assault. The court ordered him to pay compensation to injured workers. He was fined $4,000 and banned from Jamaica for life. His all-inclusive vacation ended with deportation. 21. A Chilean tourist was arrested in Argentina after stealing artifacts from a national park. She was caught removing stones with ancient carvings. Park rangers stopped her with artifacts in her backpack. She claimed she didn't know taking artifacts was illegal. Argentine authorities charged her with cultural heritage crimes. She spent 2 weeks in jail before posting bail. The court fined her $7,000 and gave her probation. She was banned from Argentine national parks permanently. Her souvenir collecting was actually ancient artifact theft. 22. An Israeli tourist was arrested in Poland after performing Nazi salutes at Auschwitz. He was visiting the Holocaust memorial site with his friends. They took photos doing Nazi salutes inside the concentration camp. Poland has strict laws criminalizing Nazi propaganda. He was arrested immediately at the memorial site. He claimed it was a joke and didn't mean to offend. He was charged with promoting fascism under Polish law. The court fined him 5,000 zloty and deported him. He was banned from Poland permanently. 23. A Norwegian tourist was arrested in Philippines after touching and harassing sea turtles. He was snorkeling at a protected marine sanctuary. He grabbed a turtle and posed for underwater photos. His group members told him to stop, but he ignored them. Philippines has strict marine conservation laws. He was arrested when he returned to shore. The court fined him 30,000 pesos for the violation. He was banned from all Philippine marine parks. His turtle photo stunt made environmental news. 24. A Swiss tourist was arrested in UAE after kissing his girlfriend in public. Public displays of affection are illegal in conservative Dubai. They were kissing at a shopping mall witnessed by many people. UAE has strict laws about public behavior. They were arrested for public indecency immediately. They spent 3 days in Dubai jail before their hearing. The court fined them 1,000 dirhams each plus deportation. They were permanently banned from returning to UAE. 25. An Austrian tourist was arrested in Croatia after diving off a bridge in Dubrovnik. The bridge diving is prohibited and extremely dangerous. He ignored all warning signs and barriers. He dove off anyway to impress his friends. Croatian police arrived within minutes. Croatian authorities charged him with public endangerment. He was fined $800 for the dangerous stunt. The dangerous stunt made Austrian travel news. 26. A Finnish tourist was arrested in Kenya after attempting to bribe park rangers. He was speeding through a national park exceeding limits. Rangers stopped him and issued a speeding ticket. He offered them cash to make the ticket disappear. The rangers reported his bribery attempt immediately. Kenyan police arrested him for attempted corruption. The court fined him $3,000 for attempted bribery. His original speeding fine was only $50. His bribery attempt cost him 60 times more. 27. A Belgian tourist was arrested in Bali after riding a motorcycle through rice terraces. The ancient rice terraces are UNESCO-protected agricultural heritage. He rented a motorcycle and drove it through the farming areas. His motorcycle damaged irrigation systems and crops. Balinese police arrested him for cultural heritage destruction. The rice terraces are 1,000-year-old farming systems. Indonesian courts prosecuted him for the agricultural damage. He spent 2 weeks in Balinese jail. The court ordered him to pay compensation to farmers. He was fined $5,000 and deported. 28. A Danish tourist was arrested in Iceland after going off trail in protected areas repeatedly. Iceland has fragile moss ecosystems that take decades to recover. He repeatedly left marked trails despite ranger warnings. His footprints damaged moss beds that are centuries old. Rangers documented his multiple violations over several days. He was arrested after his 4th documented violation. Iceland prosecutes environment crimes seriously. He was fined ISK 200,000 for the repeated violations. His off-trail walking caused permanent ecological damage. 29. A Mexican tourist was arrested in Cuba after black market currency exchange. He exchanged money with unauthorized street currency traders. Cuba strictly controls currency exchange through official channels. Cuban police witnessed his illegal exchange transaction. He was arrested for violating Cuban economic regulations. Cuba prosecutes economic crimes as state security issues. He spent 10 days in Cuban detention. The court fined him and confiscated all his currency. He lost over $1,000 in the currency confiscation. 30. An American woman was arrested in Morocco after photographing military installations. She was taking tourist photos without checking her surroundings. Her photos included military facilities in the background. Moroccan security forces monitor for surveillance activities. She was arrested for potential espionage activities. Morocco prohibits photography of military buildings. Her camera and phone were confiscated for evidence. She spent a week in Moroccan detention. The court determined she wasn't a spy but was negligent. She was fined 5,000 dirhams and deported. 31. A Spanish tourist was arrested in Brazil after stealing sand from a protected beach. He collected several bottles of white sand from Fernando de Noronha. The island beach sand is protected as marine preserve. Airport customs discovered the bottles during screening. Brazilian environmental police were called immediately. He was arrested for theft of environmental resources. The court fined him $10,000 for the theft. His sand bottles were confiscated as evidence. He was banned from the protected island permanently. 32. A South African tourist was arrested in Tanzania after smuggling ivory products. He purchased what he claimed were bone carvings. The items were actually illegal ivory from poached elephants. Tanzanian customs discovered the ivory during departure screening. Wildlife trafficking carries potential prison sentences in Tanzania. DNA testing confirmed the ivory came from recently poached elephants. He was charged with illegal ivory possession and trafficking. He spent 3 weeks in Tanzanian jail. The court fined him $15,000 and gave him a suspended sentence. He was banned from Tanzania permanently. 33. A Romanian tourist was arrested in Netherlands after cannabis cafe meltdown. He became paranoid and aggressive after consuming too much cannabis. He started accusing other customers of conspiring against him. He threw furniture and attacked other patrons violently. Dutch police were called to the disturbance. He was arrested for assault and public disturbance. He spent 3 days in Dutch jail sobering up. The court ordered anger management and compensation to victims. He was fined $2,000 for the cafe rampage. 34. A Japanese tourist was arrested in Australia after taking koalas from sanctuary trees. He climbed into restricted areas at a wildlife sanctuary. He grabbed a koala from its tree for a photo. The stressed koala scratched him during his handling. Australia strictly enforces wildlife harassment laws. He was arrested for wildlife harassment and trespassing. The court fined him all $5,000 for the violation. He required medical treatment for koala scratches. He was banned from all Australian wildlife sanctuaries. 35. A Lithuanian tourist was arrested in Latvia after vandalizing Soviet-era monuments. He spray-painted political graffiti on historical monuments. Latvia protects all historical sites regardless of political views. Latvian police tracked him to his hotel. He was arrested for destruction of historical monuments. The court fined him $3,000 for the monument vandalism. The graffiti required expensive professional removal. He was banned from Latvia for 5 years. 36. A Taiwanese tourist was arrested in Mongolia after disturbing a sacred Ovu site. Ovus are sacred stone cairns with deep spiritual significance. He climbed on the Ovu and removed stones for souvenirs. Local herders witnessed his disrespectful behavior. Mongolian spiritual sites are protected by cultural laws. He was arrested by local police for desecration. Mongolia takes cultural and spiritual site protection seriously. He claimed he didn't understand the religious significance. Mongolian authorities explained Ovus are sacred to their culture. He was charged with desecration of religious sites. The court ordered him to perform purification rituals with local shamans. He was fined $500,000 for the spiritual violation. He had to return the stones in a formal ceremony. He was required to apologize to the local community publicly. His Ovu disturbance offended the entire region. The incident highlighted importance of respecting indigenous sacred sites. Mongolian tourism officials added sacred site information to visitor materials. His souvenir collecting was actually religious desecration. The vacation keepsakes cost him reputation and thousands. His spiritual site violation became a cultural education case. 37. A Ukrainian tourist was arrested in Georgia after starting a forest fire accidentally. He was camping in a restricted area during fire season. He built an illegal campfire despite total fire bans. The campfire spread to surrounding dry vegetation rapidly. His negligence started a forest fire that burned 20 hectares. Georgian firefighters spent days extinguishing the blaze. He was arrested for causing the environmental disaster. Georgia prosecutes environmental negligence seriously. The fire destroyed wildlife habitat and endangered species areas. He was charged with environmental destruction and illegal camping. The court ordered him to pay GEL $50,000 in damages. His illegal campfire cost the equivalent of $18,000. He faced additional criminal penalties for the destruction. The forest fire damaged protected conservation areas. He was banned from Georgian national parks permanently. His camping negligence caused massive environmental damage. Georgian environmental officials used his case as a warning. His vacation camping trip became an ecological disaster. The illegal campfire resulted in serious criminal prosecution. His forest fire negligence cost him tens of thousands of dollars. 38. A Hungarian tourist was arrested in Slovenia after climbing into a bear enclosure at a wildlife center. He wanted a closer photo with the rescued bears. He climbed over safety barriers into the dangerous enclosure. The bears were startled and one charged at him. Staff activated emergency protocols to save him. Slovenian authorities arrested him immediately after his rescue. He had endangered himself and the bear's safety. Slovenia prosecutes reckless endangerment seriously. The wildlife center could have been shut down due to his actions. He was charged with trespassing and reckless endangerment. The court fined him $4,000 for the dangerous stunt. His bear photo attempt nearly got him killed. The wildlife center banned him permanently. Slovenian media covered his dangerous bear enclosure breach. Wildlife officials emphasized the seriousness of his actions. His vacation photo stunt endangered protected bears. The incident led to increased security at wildlife facilities. His close-up bear photo cost him thousands. The reckless trespassing could have resulted in tragedy. His wildlife center violation showed extreme tourist irresponsibility. 39. A Bosnian tourist was arrested in Montenegro after illegally camping in national park caves. He set up camp in protected cave systems without permits. The caves contained fragile formations and protected bat colonies. His camping disturbed hibernating bat populations. Park rangers discovered his illegal campsite during patrols. Montenegro strictly protects cave ecosystems. He was arrested for illegal camping and environmental disturbance. He claimed he was just looking for free accommodation. Montenegrin authorities explained the ecological sensitivity of caves. He was charged with environmental protection violations. His camping disturbed endangered bat species during critical periods. The court fined him $2,500 for the cave violations. He was banned from Montenegrin national parks for 3 years. His illegal camping could have caused species population declines. Environmental groups criticized his cave camping strongly. His free accommodation cost him thousands in fines. The cave disturbance damaged protected ecosystems. Montenegro increased cave monitoring after the incident. His budget camping became an environmental crime. The vacation camping spot was actually a protected habitat. 40. An Estonian tourist was arrested in Portugal after climbing onto Cristo Rei statue. The 110-meter-tall statue overlooks Lisbon from across the river. He climbed exterior maintenance ladders to reach higher viewpoints. Security cameras captured his dangerous illegal climb. Portuguese police arrested him when he descended. Portugal protects monumental structures with criminal penalties. He had climbed 50 meters up the exterior illegally. His climb could have resulted in fatal falls. He was charged with vandalism and reckless endangerment. Portuguese authorities prosecuted the dangerous trespassing. The court fined him $3,500 for the illegal climb. He was banned from the Cristo Rei monument permanently. His climbing stunt made Portuguese news. The monument increased security after his breach. His vacation thrill-seeking endangered his life and damaged property. Monument officials condemned his reckless climbing. His Cristo Rei climb cost him thousands in legal penalties. The dangerous stunt was charged as serious trespassing. His monument climbing violated protection laws completely. 41. A Slovakian tourist was arrested in Albania after metal detecting at archaeological sites. He brought a metal detector specifically to search for artifacts. Albania contains numerous unexcavated ancient sites. He was detected using metal detecting equipment at a protected site. Albanian Cultural Heritage Police monitored archaeological areas. He had excavated several holes before being caught. Albania strictly prohibits unauthorized archaeological activity. He was arrested for attempted looting of cultural heritage. Metal detecting at archaeological sites is considered looting. Albanian authorities confiscated his equipment and any fines. He was charged with attempted theft of antiquities. The court fined him $4,000 for the heritage crime. He was deported and banned from Albania for 10 years. His artifact hunting was actually archaeological looting. Albanian officials used his case to warn about heritage crimes. Archaeological sites increased security after the incident. His metal detecting hobby violated serious protection laws. The vacation treasure hunting became a criminal case. His artifact searching cost him thousands and his equipment. The archaeological site detection was prosecuted as attempted theft. 42. A Bulgarian tourist was arrested in Serbia after river pollution from car washing. He washed his rental car directly in a protected river. The river was part of a protected watershed area. Serbia prohibits polluting activities in protected waterways. Environmental inspectors witnessed him washing the car in the river. Soap and chemicals were flowing directly into the water. Serbian environmental police arrested him at the scene. He claimed he was just cleaning the rental car before return. Serbian authorities explained the environmental protection violations. He was charged with water pollution and environmental damage. The river supplied drinking water to downstream communities. The court fined him $2,000 for the pollution violation. His car washing contaminated a protected water source. He was banned from Serbian national parks and reserves. Environmental groups criticized his careless pollution. Serbian media covered his environmental violation. His rental car cleaning became a pollution crime. The convenient washing spot was actually a protected river. His car wash cost him thousands in environmental fines. The pollution violation highlighted tourist environmental negligence. 43. A Latvian tourist was arrested in Estonia after drone crash into historic church. He was flying a camera drone near Tallinn's Old Town. Historic churches and buildings are protected monuments. His drone malfunctioned and crashed into a church spire. The crash damaged historical architectural elements. Estonian cultural heritage officials responded immediately. He was arrested for destruction of cultural property. Estonia protects historic structures with serious penalties. The church damage required expensive, specialized restoration. He was charged with negligent destruction of cultural heritage. Estonian authorities prosecuted the drone crash seriously. The court ordered him to pay $10,000 in restoration costs. His vacation drone footage cost him his drone and thousands. He was banned from flying drones in Estonia permanently. The church crash made news in both countries. Estonian officials strengthened drone restrictions near historic sites. His drone hobby caused serious heritage damage. The aerial footage attempt damaged irreplaceable architecture. His drone crash became a cautionary tale about flying restrictions. The vacation videos cost him more than he ever imagined. 44. A Moldovan tourist was arrested in Romania after attempting to remove artifacts from Dracula's castle. He tried to chip off pieces of Bran Castle as souvenirs. The castle is a protected national monument and tourist attraction. Security cameras caught him using tools on castle walls. Romanian police arrested him immediately at the historic site. Romania prosecutes cultural heritage crimes strictly. He had damaged 600-year-old castle walls. His souvenir collecting was actually monument vandalism. He was charged with destruction of cultural heritage. The court fined him Aron $15,000 for the damage. His castle souvenir attempt cost him over $3,000. He was banned from Romanian historic sites permanently. The incident made Moldovan and Romanian news. Castle security was increased after his vandalism attempt. His Dracula vacation memento became criminal evidence. Heritage officials condemned his destructive souvenir taking. His castle visit ended with arrest and heavy fines. The tourist keepsake attempt was prosecuted as vandalism. His Bran Castle pieces cost him far more than admission. The souvenir vandalism damaged an iconic historic structure. 45. And finally, an American tourist was arrested in Iceland after defecating in a protected lava field. Iceland's lava fields are fragile, protected ecosystems. He was caught on camera defecating in a restricted conservation area. Iceland has strict environmental protection and public decency laws. Rangers arrested him after witnessing the act. Iceland prosecutes environmental violations seriously. His waste contaminated a protected geological area. He was charged with environmental pollution and public indecency. Icelandic authorities don't tolerate disrespect for nature. The court fined him ISK $250,000 for the dual violations. His lava field defecation made international news. He became known as one of Iceland's worst tourist offenders. He was banned from Icelandic conservation areas permanently. Environmental groups used his case to highlight bad tourist behavior. His bathroom emergency cost him over $2,800 in fines. Iceland strengthened visitor education about proper facilities. His nature call in a protected area became a viral scandal. The lava field contamination violated multiple laws. His public act cost him reputation and thousands of dollars. His vacation nature emergency became Iceland's most infamous tourist incident, proving that vacation meltdowns abroad come with serious legal consequences, demonstrating that cultural ignorance and bad behavior lead to arrests in foreign countries, and showing that dream vacations can become international incidents through stupidity and disrespect. These vacation arrest stories prove that bad behavior abroad has serious consequences, including jail time and criminal records. What makes these cases particularly shocking is how easily tourists destroyed their vacations through terrible decisions and cultural disrespect. The fundamental lesson is that laws abroad are real and foreign police don't care about your vacation plans when you break them. Subscribe if these vacation disaster stories shocked you, and maybe research local laws and customs before your next international trip.